Hello, YouTube family. Greg D, aka the DCUO Gingerbread Man, back here with another video. Yes, we have switched back to electric. So I wanted to try this again and compare because the last time I did electric DPS loadouts was probably 6 months ago when I had literally just gotten 5 artifacts to level 200. So I want to compare where my damage is at from then until now. And if you guys watch my live streams and any of that stuff, you'll know that I've been wanting to do this for quite some time. So before we get into it, though, if you guys could do me a huge solid favor and hit that subscribe button if you're new here, hit that thumbs up button as well. We are trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, hopefully 7,500 by the end of the year. I know that's quite the task, but anything that you can do to help me would be greatly appreciated. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make this one long video. We're going to show you my hybrid loadout, hybrid precision loadout, and then we're going to show you my might loadout, kind of contrast and compare the two, and take it from there. So we're going to start off with the hybrid one here. So what I have as far as, well, since the allies popped up, so what I'm using for my allies is I'm using Constantine for the buffs. I'm also using Batman Who Laughs for random buffs. And then I'm using Shazam there to get you the might precision buff when you pop Constantine. Now I have some of you guys have told me, don't only use only use Constantine for the combat for bosses, so you can buff everybody, because you get a big defense, might, precision boost, all that stuff. So there's that. I don't really have anything. I don't have anything else maxed out in relation to like combat allies. So, everything else I have at like level 8. So, I mean, I eventually I could throw something else in here as far as a combat ally. Like we know General Zod is really good right now. I could throw Superboy in there right now, who's decent. I could throw Shazam in there himself as a combat ally if I wanted to, but just kind of what I'm using right now. Like I said, you can kind of mix and match these a little bit. As far as our artifacts are concerned, we are currently using Tantu, Omega, Pages, Clarion, Sinestro's Ring. This has been my kind of precision slash hybrid setup that I've been using for all of my loadouts recently. Originally, when I made the video 6 months ago, I had Omega, Tantu, Sinestro's Ring, Trans card, Strat card, because those were literally the only ones that I had at level 200. Now that I've got a lot more, the artifacts leveled out, maxed out, I can kind of mix and match a little bit. So, um, yeah. As far as our white mods, I have the Ultimate Blast Adapter one, which gives you 13% precision. I have the Ultimate Supercharge mod in the head. I've got Escalating Might there. I've got the Ultimate Accelerated Powers mod using a shield or supercharge generator. Has a 25% chance to reset the cooldowns of the shield and the super generator. Of course, I don't have those in this particular loadout, but I will in the other ones. Increase my health by 50% or 15, not 50, 15. Ultimate Critical Prowess mod there. We have Explosive Block there. The Ultimate Maximize Damage mod there. Using a superpower increases damage by 15% for 5 seconds. And that's all she wrote. Okay, so then as far as the actual loadout is concerned, I'm using Art Lightning, Spore Pod, Omega, Circuit Breaker, Tesla Ball, Wired. So basically we'll start with Tesla Ball and Wired, then we'll go to Arc Lightning, then Spore Pod. This being a hybrid, we are in fact as well using the cross weapon combos, or what was formerly called Weapon Mastery. So all of that stuff there, brawling into martial arts. The iconic powers, I have Spore Pod. I've been testing this out with Magma. I have Neo Venom boost there for another supercharge option. Got Robot Sidekick just in case I wanted to mix around with that, but it is what it is there. Considering this is a hybrid, as you can see, we're 535 points. So we are hybrid, critical attack chance, critical attack damage. Everything else is split between precision and might. Okay? So, easy peasy. So, and I am in the league hall. We're at the 8 sparring targets because I know I get yelled at all the time that I should use the sparring targets in the in the House of Legends. So here we are. And by the way, as per usual, we're not saying that these are OP, but these, in comparison to where I was 6 months ago till now, I'm doing a lot more damage, I will say. So let me heal myself here. And then we'll kind of just get into it. So as per usual, we'll show through the, we'll go through the loadout here, and then we will use our trinket buffs and trinket pets and all that stuff, and then we'll kind of go from there. So basically, we're just, waiting for our powers to come off cooldown, and then using a cross-weapon combo in between. And as soon as you have Circuit Breaker and Omega charged up together, that's where the majority of your damage is going to come. That is where it's going to come. So, yes. Absolutely yes. So as you see, we're in 25. So I will say that when I did this 6 months ago or so, when I was hitting Circuit Breaker and Omega, I was probably in the 15 to 16 million range, not necessarily the 25 million range. So we were definitely doing a lot more damage now than I was. So as you can see there, we're at 27, almost 28. Excuse me. Like again, Circuit Breaker and Omega are where your real damage is going to come from there. We'll pop into there, we'll pop into here. Yeah. So 34, there you go. 34 is huge compared to where I was. This is definitely better than where we were with Ice. So currently, this is the second highest power. I will say that I hit higher more consistently with Rage, but But again, Circuit Breaker into Omega is where most of your damage is going to come from. And while I'm in this rotation here, we'll pop this, we'll pop this, we'll pop this, we'll pop this, pop everything together there just so you can see where I'm here. Pop the Omega. Again, the Circuit Breaker is going to be where the majority of your damage comes from, of course. 32. Just need to get that damn Omega or the Circuit Breaker there. Get that, get that. Now we've got all the buffs going. And this is me also kind of messing up the rotation as well, because that's what I do. That's why I mess it up. I mess it up all the time. I mess it up constantly. But as you can see there, I mean, we're, without the trinket pets and everything, I mean, you're consistently well over 20 to 25 million for 10 seconds sometimes. And then with Circuit Breaker and Omega together, oops, I should have done that together, but I did. Oops, my bad. But with them together, you're in that 30 to 35 range. So definitely not bad at all. Definitely stronger than where I was, for sure. Okay. We'll hit Omega one more time. So, in ideal conditions, you're, 20 to 25 million. Sometimes even get closer to 30. If I hit the rotation just right. With Circuit Breaker and Omega, you're definitely well over 30, over 10 seconds. So, nothing bad to complain about right there. So we'll switch over to our might setup here. And the might setup is a little bit different. So we're going to use a supercharged spam here to get as much circuit breaker action as we can, right? So, still using the same combat ally. The only difference here is we're using flash for the supercharge regen, and we're also using static here for the increased critical ability and critical weapon chance. So, the only and the let me try that again. So yes, flash and static. Now, how we're doing our powers here is because this is might based. We're doing super powered, critical attack chance, critical attack damage. Everything else in the might that you can fit. If you have extra points, in this case, I threw them into health to be a little bit extra tanky. You could obviously throw these into precision if you wanted, or your resto. I mean, it's up to you. So, as far as this loadout is concerned, pretty similar, but not quite. We're doing arc lightning into Tesla ball, and then voltaic blast, spore pod, omega, circuit breaker again. Like I said, circuit breaker into omega is very good. It's so good. And then as far as the artifacts on this setup, because it is like a supercharged spam build, I'm using Eye of Gemini Omega Quizlet for the extra supercharge. I have tested this with trans card as well. Actually, I think if I remember correctly, having trans card in here actually did a little bit more damage overall. Obviously, you get the 1% supercharge back with Quizlet, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, trans card will do a little bit more extra damage for you. And then we've got Scrap, Snester's Ring, and again, I could throw Candle in here at some point, but I still got to level that bad boy out. But so, same kind of thing. Just we're just not using a weapon combo or the weapon mastery. We're not using any of that. So we're just going to go from left to right, and we'll see how it does here. So, and then obviously, as soon as your stuff kind of cools down here, you're just going to pop it off there. So nothing real too extravagant about that. You'll also get the extra buff from I have Gemini here as well for the 6 seconds or whatever it is. So, as you can see there, we're at 24 already. And you'll notice that like Circuit Breaker does charge up here pretty frequently. And again, you're going to get the buff from the Eye of Gemini as well for 6 seconds. So anything that you can pop off there, you should. So we're kind of that same realm here. As you can tell, we're in the 20 to 25 age, so we're at 20 to 25 here. And really, the only problem here, as per usual, is just waiting for shit to come off the cooldown. But again, Circuit Breaker into Omega, if you take nothing else from this video, that's definitely what you should do. Circuit Breaker into Omega, for sure. There's 23. Oop. And I did that backwards, but you'll see, like, we regen about half of Circuit Breaker there. So, not bad at all. It's all about timing with Circuit Breaker and Omega as well. 23, so like we're right around that 23 to 25 range. So if I pop all this stuff, if I pop everything here, we're gonna pop that. We're gonna get the Constantine buff and that buff at the same time. Plus the trinket pets and everything. 31, there we go. So not bad there. I will say that I did definitely hit. I don't know if it was a fluke, but I definitely feel like I hit more with the hybrid build. Maybe that's just because of the pages stacks, but I don't know. So the other thing that we could try here, there's a 33 right there, almost 34. So there you go. One thing I do want to try here real quick. So if I took outwards, like if I took out Transcard, if I took out Sinestra's work, if I took and put pages in here, let me just make sure. So we could do like this maybe. Let me just see if this does anything different here. If we get pages here. So I got my pages here. Let's see if that makes any difference here. Let's see if that makes a difference. And not really. At least right now it doesn't. Not really. Well, there's a 35, so maybe. So there's an option there. And then if you just hit the kind of the weapon attack there to get your health back. I don't know. So maybe there's an option there. I don't know. Maybe. If you hit it just right, maybe there's a way to do that. Personally, I think I like it better with trans in there, but so there you go. You have some options. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to conclude this video right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more. And until next time, see you soon.